Welcome back to the Brothers Workshop, everybody. As always, my name is David. Sean's behind the camera here, and today's video is going to be all about tow mirrors for the 2014 through 18 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. The people over at Boost Auto were kind enough to send us this set of tow mirrors for our truck. This truck is a 2015 Chevy Silverado full crew cab with the 6-cylinder engine and the Z71 package. It's a rare combination and a truck we do a lot of towing with. Contrary to popular belief, this 6-cylinder does pull its weight. And we've been looking to do a tow mirror upgrade, so it's been awesome that the guys at Boost Auto sent this over for us. You can expect out of this video a installation and a review at the end, so stick around to let us know what you think in the comments below. If you guys liked the video and you wanted to pick up a pair of these mirrors for yourself, go ahead and look in the description below. We're going to have that link for you right down there. Oh, that was hot as Ooh, okay.
Like, dang, man, where's the shop at? We got that nice wall.
Half-painted wall that's been there since the 1960s.
No, I started painting that so we had a nice backdrop, man.
Oh.
Take a look. You can see the straight edge.
I didn't know that. Sing.
Yeah, I gotta get the other half.
Straight edge. Yeah. Well, good thing nobody watches that other video anymore. Like all of our friends were like, "Whoa, you guys are the Brothers Workshop?" Yeah, we told you we make YouTube videos.
Once in a while they'll see it.
Assembled in the U.S. Let's go, America. Okay, 2 smaller boxes inside 1 giant box.
Get the thing out of the way.
All right, so now that one's out of the way. We'll drop this so we don't block out that light for you, Sean. Ooh.
Oh, you gotta put that on the back window.
It's going on my Yeti.
A Yeti works.
Yeah. This truck is clean.
No stickers.
No stickers, except for company logo stickers. All right. So what do we got inside here?
I'm gonna take that to tow mirror.
Can you see that all right? So we got a tow mirror in here.
What are you doing there?
Oh, I'm throwing a pad down because these are nice mirrors and we don't want to get them destroyed. So we want to take care of them.
Everybody who thinks this is a quilt, tell them what that is.
This is not a quilt, and you got to really check your IQ if you think this is a quilt. This is a moving pad. You get them anywhere from a mover supply house, or you can get the really, really thin ones from Harbor Freight, but this is the really nice thick one.
You know what? We have ones that are really good quality listed in the description below.
Yeah. They actually come in handy when you're working on your car, so we'll link those below. All right, so what do we have in the box? Well, first things first, we have the actual tow mirror, which is pretty nice. This is the driver's side mirror. And this is why we put the moving pad down. Check that out. Oh, you can see you in the description, or in the, you can see yourself in the reflection there. Hey, everybody. But that's super cool. We got chrome caps and the amber running lights. So what we wanted to do was make sure that this looks OEM.
Looks good.
Looks good.
Like everybody's grandpa would be proud of it.
Everybody's grandpa would be proud of it, especially mine.
Looks good then.
I like chrome. Contrary to popular belief, everybody in YouTube hates chrome.
Chrome don't get you home.
Chrome don't get you home. But a nice little accent of chrome, that's what works. Why have cars been having chrome forever? Because it looks good. It doesn't always look good. You look like a 15-year-old that just got your first car illegally when it's all blacked out. I'm a grown man.
GMC.
I'm gonna put that, I'm a man, I'm 40. I'm gonna slice that in.
Where are we at in society today? Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And then secondary, we got the wiring harness, the instructions, and GM. This is actually actual GM OEM part. I'm not sure what part that is, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so that's the driver's side. Nothing else in the box. Nothing else in the box. Okay, that's that one. And then passenger side right here. Again, this one, I'm gonna pull that out, and that's all that's in this box here.
No wires in it?
No wires in that one. Okay, so, oh, no sticker, just one sticker. Thanks, boys. But,
That's what I was going to do.
yeah, so this one's going to be probably plug and play. I'm assuming the other one is where we're going to have the wiring harness, because that's the control as well. Let's get after it.
What you got there, Dave?
Koozie. What? Follow us on social. You're right, we're going to tag you in that too. Magnet. Instructions. So link to the instructions right here. Nice. Definitely like the wiring harness. Upgrade install. Yeah. Oh, and nice. They link you to all the instructions you need. And then right here, some like wire splicers.
Oh, good. We don't have to go out and buy anything.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, description right here of all the different parts, and then our GM part. I don't know what part this would be, so I wonder. I forgot these two bad boys. Locking nuts. So that's going to be for your your original tow mirrors, or sorry, your original mirrors, your sport mirrors only have 3 bolts. They're on the tow mirrors, there's 4, so these would be the other bolts with a locking washer. As Dave was saying earlier, we are upgrading the mirrors on Ruby. We've already gone ahead and done the passenger side. Now it's time to do the driver's side. And it's a little bit more in-depth, and we have to get into some detail here because we're going to be removing and replacing the mirror switch, and then we're going to get in and work on the harness, because Dave's truck did not have a signal in glass originally, and it was not power folding, and it was not power telescoping. Now we know they already work because we've tested the other side. We just haven't been able to hook up like all the fancy stuff yet. So we're going to get into that right now. But the first thing we have to do is remove the door cover here, and I'll show you guys how that's done. Yeah, the other side, point out real quick, that was plug and play. Simplest thing you could possibly do. Very easy. And this truck is a late model for the 15, so that's why it was super plug and play. Absolutely. And all the fancy stuff kind of stems from this side, so that's why we have to get into more detail over here. Exactly. So the first thing we're going to do, if you want to come in here, Dave, you can show these guys. I'm going to pop this dust shield off right here. Boom. And we would have trim tools, but Dave forgot them. I'm not pointing any fingers. We'll link trim tools down in the description if you want a set. If you don't want to use screwdrivers. And then the second one is down in here. We'll remove that. And each is exposing some 7mm bolts. So there's 1 up here and 2 in here. Okay. And the next thing we're going to be doing. There's actually only 1 in there, because somebody would have. There's supposed to be 2 in there. Well, my truck has some issues from the dealer. This truck may or may not have been an accident that was never indicated when I purchased it. So there's some wonky things. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expose this section here by popping this out. It should just pop out. You have to be careful, but we don't want to break anything, and then you like slightly bring it down, right? Because you got these here. You don't pull them out because they'll break. But they have these metal clips here, and we're missing 2 of them as well. Yep. But it's okay. We're not even going to fuss with them right now. So now I've exposed 1 bolt in here that's going to come out. Way inside there. Inside of there. Don't get that confused with the one that's up here. It's way down in there. The last sets of bolts are down here. There's 2 down here. So I'm going to undo these real quick. Hopefully we don't bore you guys too much. And I'm putting all of these in one spot because we don't want any problems later with lost bolts or anything like that. So I know where everything's going. This is actually still out of here as well. How about that? That wasn't even in there. No? No. Well, I never heard the rattle. If you don't have trim tools, the secret to getting this out is to put your hands, there's a little groove around the back end here, and you have to pop this out of place, okay? You don't want to pop too hard, right? Because this is just plastic and it can break, but it just pops right out. Now we've gone ahead and gotten all the screws out, so that helps, right? We want to make sure they get all of them, otherwise you could break something. There we go. All right. Now inside here we have a few things we have to disconnect. First, we have the door latch. So we're going to press down here.
Got to give it a good press.
Yeah, good pull, and then spin it. You could pull that right out of there. The ball goes right in the top there. And then this one over here is your wiring harness. We're going to press down. Then there's like a little latch here. Push the latch down. Out that goes, and boom. That's all you got to do there. Now we've exposed everything with the exception of taking this off, and then again that just pops off. Now in order to disconnect the mirror, we have to actually come over here and unplug it. On the back side,
You're going to press in here and pull right out.
now we'll use our 10mm socket. Get these three out of the way. Now once they're loose, I'll come over here, support the mirror with my left hand while I am unscrewing these. Just making sure I know where that went.
On the floor, perfect location.
I'm not going to get lost at all. Push the grommet through, and out go the mirrors. Now Dave, hate to be like this, but because this is your truck, I am not going to drill anything, so this is on you.
So we've already gone and measured the original holes that were drilled from the factory. And where we can recreate that with a 3/8" drill bit, I'm using a DeWalt with a 2-speed on the drill setting. And that should be able to get us in there real quick. And always remember, wear your safety goggles and your hearing protection. We're going to go in right here at that location, try and get it roughly center, and then we should have success. So I'm going to show you guys what just happened on both sides of this door. So on this side, we have some metal burrs where we were drilling in towards. That's not too bad. On this other side, however, we have some blowout, and because of that, it's created a big burr on the outside of this. And what we're going to do is use a pair of needle nose pliers to pull the big parts off. And then we've got this cylindrical metal file that's big enough to fit in the 3/8" hole we just drilled. And we're going to sand that down. We're going to use some sandpaper. We're going to clean all of that up, and eventually we're going to mask it off, and we're going to hit it with a little bit of Rust-Oleum primer so that it doesn't rust over time.
Dave, you're doing some masking off.
Yeah. Now I like to do things the right way. You could just hit it and spray everywhere, but even though it's not going to be shown, I don't want it to be sprayed everywhere. I like to do things the right way every time. So what's the motto? The way you do one thing is the way you do everything?
Yeah, or God also sees the back of the house.
Yes.
As we like to say.
Yeah, I quoted that from an old architect, Don Metz, in his book. He said, God always sees the back of the house. So let's get it right.
Yeah, that means he's going to be able to see inside that tow mirror.
Yeah. Or, you know,
Or you also don't want to spray your nice paint either.
right. And in 60 years, when somebody's going to restore this truck, after I've passed it on to my son or my grandson, and they're restoring it, they're going to pull this thing open, they're going to find this video, and they're going to be like, dang, Grandpa did a good job.
Or they're going to be like, dang, he spliced this thing up.
Yeah, what was he doing?
Remember when I had to rewire the 66? That was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, man, who did that?
Really, we want to protect for overspray. That's really all we're doing. And, you know, masking it, making sure it looks nice, you know. Now, I said We were just going to hit it with a little bit of primer. We've got a Rust-Oleum primer. It's fast drying. It's made for exposed metal. And since the truck is exposed to the elements, we want to make sure that we're covering up that metal. Okay, we'll let that dry. We'll hit it once more. It'll dry again, then we'll install the mirror. Why do we put down a moving pad? To protect our nice stuff. Nice and thick moving pad. Boom. And then we take our door panel, even though the screws are in there still. We're going to set that here. We're going to take this all apart for you guys, and then we're going to replace the module. All right, guys, we're going to be removing these bolts here, and we're going to need our 7mm wrench again. All right, and once we have this exposed, we just unplug our harnesses. But this one down here, not only do we have to pull out this little red tab, we have to push down on the black tab, and then it pops out. Now we have to remove this section here. That's your controls for the mirror, and you have 4 little tabs. We have to pull them out as we press down. Okay, that side pops out like that. Boom. Now we're going to install the new one. New one goes in just like this. Hey, there you go. You got your new one in there. All right, guys, so this is the last mirror we got to put on, and then we'll be doing the wiring harness. But instead of showing you how we do the wiring harness, we're going to link to Boost Auto's official video on it, because we're truck guys, but we're not engineers, especially not electrical engineers. So we're going to go ahead and put this on, then we'll link to that, and then we'll show you how everything goes back together. Point out real quick, you can see that we've let our primer dry to make sure that that doesn't rust over time. We're going to feed this through. Last 3 on, and then we'll tighten it up. Dave got all these hooked up there. Now we need that number 10 socket at 10mm to drive them home. We're just going to tighten these up. Don't want to have to come back and tighten them up. That's all. That's for sure. All right, that's it. Boom. They look good, man. They look real good. They look real good. Let's close up these doors and see what it looks like. Does this look like a High Country, maybe an LTZ? Or maybe we're making this a Denali, one piece at a time.
One day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man.
A Denali, but this is Chevy. That's right, Andrew. We're coming for you. We're making this bad boy a Denali, just like you like.
Did you have this up? Yeah, the whole way down? No. Yeah. Like that?
Nobody knows what we're talking about, but you could guess in the comments below. Guess in the comments, let us know. What do you think? I love this. There's not too much chrome. It's like OEM. The LTZs and the High Countries, they look really good with chrome. But we're not talking about chrome for the window bezels. We're not talking about chrome for the door handles. We're just talking about subtle accents of chrome that step it up a notch and make it a little classier. Like the mirror caps. We've got chrome on our bug shield. That came from patches. That came from patches. We've repurposed that. We've got chrome on the grill. We've got chrome on the bumper, front and rear. And it's just nice, subtle hints of chrome, which actually make this thing a little more classy than your blacked out trucks. So you guys can see we are fully in the middle of the wiring of this tow mirror. We've already disconnected the wiring harness that leads from the cab of the truck all the way through. I pushed it all the way through, and here we are. It is sitting through the where the radio used to be and ready to be rewired. All right, guys, so we're not electrical engineers and we're not wiring experts. So we're going to link to a video right here that Boost Auto did describing how you actually wire these mirrors up. If you missed this video right here, then check the description below and that'll link right to their video. They show exactly how to do it. You don't want to mess that part up.
A few minutes later.
Now that we have the new switch installed, you can see that it's different from the previous version. This was the original one. This is the new one. We had only a selector. Now we have a selector and a power fold option. We're just going to go ahead and plug everything back in just as it was when we took it apart. Okay. And we'll screw everything back together as well. Now that we have the wiring harnesses all hooked up and the mirrors installed, all we have to do now is reinstall the door panels the same way we took them off. First thing I'm going to do is clip our wiring harness back in. We've already got our mirror clipped back in. Everything is electrical taped. So all we have to do is this. Click, lock it back down into place. Everything's good there. Now that we have our door panel clipped back on, we're just going to install the screws. Now we'll make sure we put our door trim back on. Now that we finished the install portion of the video, I know I promised a review, but I thought what would be more fun is if we go ahead and put these mirrors to the test in the real world. A lot of videos don't actually do that, and it's a quick little review after the product's been installed, but it's not a real world test review. So we're gonna end up doing what's gonna amount to about 2,000 miles round trip in putting these mirrors to the test in the real world. I've got some friends that want to come up to visit me from Texas, so they're flying up to Buffalo. I'm going to drive up to meet them. We're going to go to Niagara Falls, and then from there we're headed out to the Finger Lakes to spend the weekend before I drop them back off at the airport and then head back home. In all, like I said, it's about 2,000 miles that are really going to put these mirrors through the paces. So just stick around and check it out. You're going to get some video footage of what it's like driving with these as well. Now that I have the truck all packed up and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and take off for this road trip.
I woke this man up too early today.
Because they decided they wanted to leave 30 minutes ahead of the time we agreed to leave.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
So.
I was put in a rock and a hard place.
It's okay, I love you, man.
I just dropped everybody off at the airport. And then we're headed out of here. Goodbye, Buffalo. Goodbye, Finger Lakes. And we've got the car wash test going on right now. All right, guys, so you've seen us install these mirrors. You've seen us take it on a 2,000-mile road trip. And you know what? If you don't believe me, let's do this real quick. Just flick that key right here. You see our odometer right there. We'll power it up. We have 2,595 miles. If you look at our odometer, we're at 159,198. So that's proof right there. You could go ahead and check it out. Back in the other parts of the video, not only do I show you the trip odometer, but the actual odometer for the truck is shown. So you can correspond and do your own due diligence if you think I'm lying. But for real, we've done 2,500 miles with these mirrors attached to this truck. 2,000 of that was the road trip. About another 500 have been just driving around town, doing projects and actual day-to-day life with these mirrors. As you can see, they're working out fantastic. I have really no gripes about it. Now, the only two downsides I've seen with the mirror so far are that we get a little shake in the upper mirror on the passenger side. Now, Sean also has the OEM version. He says he gets a little shake in that as well. This does not compare to what you're getting with the cheap Chinese junk that you see all over the internet. There's a lot of videos out there that show those things like having a death wobble. These do not have that. You go back to the other parts of the video where we show actual use, real world use of these mirrors, and you can see that there's hardly any shake at all. It's a nice crisp view through those mirrors. And the other thing is that slightly, every once in a while, the mirror will pull out from the hub assembly. It's a telescoping mirror, so you do have to know that if you get a lot of bumps like we do around here, it'll just pull out a little bit. It's only about 1/8 of an inch. I slide it back in. It's not like it's come flying all the way out or anything like that. As you can see, the telescoping mirror does work like that. And I just push it back in. It's nothing too hard. Now, pros. We've had this thing for a couple of months now. We've done the road trip. We're 2,500 miles with these things installed. I haven't had a single issue with the electrical system or with the motor. So these things run like a champ. So what's the bottom line? Is it worth it? I'd say yes. If you have the extra $700 to $1,000 to purchase a set of mirrors like this, I'd say go ahead and do it. It's way better than spending $200 on cheap Chinese junk and not actually being able to use it, or the mirrors shaking so much that you can't actually see outside of them. The point is safety with something like this. It's to be able to tow with it, to be able to see all the way around your trailer, to be able to see the corners of your truck. If you're not going to go OEM, an aftermarket product like this, definitely worth it in my book. I've been happy with it. They're going to stay on the truck until they fall off or somebody clips me, but hopefully they don't, because I constantly use the retractable feature on these mirrors, just because even when I'm in the parking lot, that can go in and somebody's kid swinging a door open doesn't knock them off. I'm going to drop a link in the description where you can pick a set of mirrors up like this for yourself through Boost Auto. And if you guys like this video, if you found it informative, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button for us. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well, and we'll see you guys in the next video.